I'm gonna play you a song called It Won't Wait. Here we go. We've got the little shrooty box here. Is everything loud enough for you at home? Great, great. Feel free to dance at home or to sing along. Yeah. There's a darkness coming round. Soon we'll stalk you round this town, staring at you from its gown, whispering, wake or die. It says, oh, lightning, it's blurred the sea. Blue-black clouds roll over me. Scattered seeds need community for tethering this storm. But you won't wait. You won't wait. You won't wait for us. Punched jaw on a blue screen. We dance together in my dreams. Beside the trees, firm in the breeze. Say we have a tiny chance. But you won't wait. You won't wait. You won't wait for us. Ba-da-da, 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 ooh, ba-da-da, 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 ba-da-da. I came here from afar. I'm staring at you while you're sitting in your car. I walked the white world just to witness oneness, and I'm wondering where the real humans are. That marked man waits for a smile, waits for a country that could feed his inner child. He's so ashamed and maimed by the life he's made, and he just wants your attention for a while. When you won't wait, you won't wait, you won't wait for us. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da. So this song is about the spectre of climate change, and it is a scary time for us to be alive, right? And it's also for a hope that we'll act with determination and dedication. That we'll sing from our hearts. Are you up for singing this at home together? I guess it's about seizing the moment, just it won't wait. Are you up for singing? Let's give it a go. I invite you to Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Yay! Thanks so much for coming by. Gosh, it's great to see people. We've got Nora here and Lewis. It's been so long since I saw Lewis. Thank you for coming by. Lewis Garland is a fine songwriter and an activist, and it's great to see my mum here in Ireland, and my mom and dad.
My mum as well.
in the Midwest. Great to see everybody. Camille's here and Mo Scott and Jill. So many people in the house. Thank you so much. Mary's here, our neighbour in Arlington. Amazing. Thank you. So I was thinking what to play today, and in the previous parties I played some of the more joyful, upbeat songs. And now some of the ones that are left are some of the mournful songs. And maybe that's okay with this autumn scene behind us. There's a time for sadness and a time for joy. So this is a song about denial, about wanting to hide from the scary things, to hide from the pain, from the suffering, to watch lots of YouTube or something instead of actually facing it. So this is called Denial. Will you help me out? I am running from this pain. Will you touch me now? Running from mistakes I made long ago. Heartbreaks and rain when I was a troubled youth. I wish I had been braver. Wish I'd spoken my truth. We buried our heads in the sand, made a wreck of my hometown. With our mud skyscrapers, the earth shook and they came down. Oh, the wounded lay in rubble, letting their madness go. You've gotta sing your true song, or be food for the crows. Why is it so scary to say what I mean? Why is it so scary to really be seen? Oh, I need kind hands around me, dancing at the party with trusting friends getting free. I want to forgive, to let the rain pour over us, to grow a home and live pray for you with our children at this dance. Thanks so much for listening, amigos, amigas, for coming by this Friday evening, Friday afternoon. I'm really happy that we're together for an hour on this day where we're celebrating the release of Mallory Bellet's film, Music of the Hearth. It's really good of you to be here. I'm giving everyone a hug. Does everyone need a hug? There we go. There we go. Yeah, it's great to see. I can see Mo's giving us a hug too. I think I'll play one more song and then we'll I'll introduce Mallory to you. This song is a song I wrote, maybe I was 27, and you know, when I was about 20, my girlfriend at the time got really worried that I might be gay. She was like, Luke, you're so sensitive and you've got a feminine side. I'm really worried that you'll turn out to be gay and leave me. So I shouldn't laugh, but I don't know, sort of the dramas of young love. And then I got really scared, like, oh my God, what if I am gay? Would people accept me? Would my friends still want to be my friends? This was 2000, actually this was like 1996. You know, things have changed a bit since then. If I was 20, it was 98. So, but then I just wanted to own that actually, like, I feel like part of us just loves everyone regardless of what sex they are, and all animals they cuddle up with everybody. It doesn't matter what gender they are. And I started to feel like, well, maybe just part of everyone is a bit gay. Like maybe gayness is just part of being. So anyway, this is my song about that. My dad had to break it to my Irish Catholic grandmother that I'd written a song that said that part of the Pope was gay, and she was like, "You little bugger," but then she was fine about it. Here we go. Is everybody all right at home? Here we go. This is slightly out of tune because this house is so cold. One winter I got so down I could not face the day. Cycling to my girlfriend's house, I wanted the 151 to smash my life away. I had this terror running through me I thought would never end. And one fine looking, loving, slightly mental girlfriend. And the house was damp, and my best friend wouldn't really talk to me. I thought if I do turn out to be, then this life is over for me. Would my friends still be my friends? Would my parents accept me? Sometimes it's pretty frightening, wow, to wonder what you might be. Well, I loved her smiling soul, and I love his poetry, and I loved her double D long leg, beautiful body. I loved breaking my soul, fulfilled like the sun. In her arms there was a great peace, that is the goal of everyone. But after the honeymoon there comes the tears and the late nights. Once you realize you love her, she will turn out the lights. She said, you've got a real feminine side. You'll make me sick if you're that way. And I was just so frightened that I would turn out to be gay. But part of me is gay. Part of you is gay. Part of God is gay. Part of love is gay. My girlfriend, by the way, part of her is gay. Part of you is. Part of my dad is. And George Bush, Tony Blair, Eminem and Dr. Dre, Putin, Sarkozy and Arnold Schwarzenegger, by the way, Mary Whitehouse, Margaret Thatcher, and the Pope would have to say, if they were all quite honest, that part of them is gay. Part of you is gay. Part of you is gay. Part of what is gay. My girlfriend, by the way, part of God is gay. Part of love is. Woo! Thank you, friends. Thank you. I had a quite direct way with lyrics as a young fella. Thanks so much for listening. I always feel slightly sad at gigs that, you know, we don't get to hear you so much. So if you want to like unmute for a second and just go like, hello, you know, for a little 5-second blast, you'd be welcome. It'd be good to hear your voices.
Hello.
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 Oh, Callie and Eddie are here. Callie and Eddie are here. And oh my gosh, we've got loads of people in the house. Great to see. I'm just scanning across there. Yeah. Hey, Howard's here in Wales. Amazing. Amazing. Okay, my friends. So I'm gonna invite Mallory to come on screen. We're gonna see if we can pin the two of us up. I guess maybe a good point. This might be a good point to go to active speaker view on your panel there so you can see Mallory and I properly. So I put a call out in 2018 for someone to come and film a tour I was doing, and Mallory kindly said she would come and make a documentary of that tour. And Mallory's been making documentary films for many years, was based in Paris at the time, and we became friends. We had a great 2 weeks. Mallory's put a huge amount of work into this film. She also made a live DVD for us, which is in my store on my website, by the way. And just really want to give a very warm welcome to Mallory Valet now. Please give her a warm welcome. Woo!
Thank you.
Yay. Woo, 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 woo.
How are you doing, Mallory?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I feel like happy to see everybody and slightly shy and nervous.
Okay.
How about you? Do you feel like a little nervous because it's the first time we've ever done this, right?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I've been looking at all the technical side as well going on, so my attention has been divided a little bit so far, but I just want to say that Milen is running all the tech behind for this Zoom call. She's doing an amazing job. There you go.
Thank you, Milen.
Thank you so much to Milen, my sister.
Yay! And yeah, let's welcome ourselves into this moment now. We've been divided with tech stuff, so now we're here.
Yay!
We're all here together. We could all take a deep breath. So I'm wondering, Mallory, what is it that like how did this start for you? What was the beginning of this documentary? How did it begin?
Well, as you said, like you just sent out this call on Twitter, and I answered because I knew Nizlopi back in the day, so I've known you for 15 years now, but we'd never properly met. Like we met at the end of gigs, we'd probably have a chat and have you sign a CD or something, and that was it. But you knew Milen quite well. So I sent you that message and we went on a call in April or something, on a Skype call, and we just got on. We just started talking about our lives and who we were as people and as creatives, and we just thought, okay, let's do this 2 weeks of touring together. And at the beginning I thought, well, this is going to be like a 3-5 minutes documentary about life on tour, just something very simple, easy to do. And then on tour I started filming all the concerts with 2 cameras. So I had all the concerts and I filmed about 5 or 6 hours of B-roll footage plus the interviews and everything, and I thought, well, it's not going to be 3 minutes, is it? So I took my time, and yeah, now it's 45 minutes.
Yeah, it became a big undertaking because I think you have really high standards and you like to do things really well, and you wanted to express the whole thing. And I'm wondering, like, what is it that excites you about this project, or what do you think is important about this particular piece?
I think there is something that when we met, we sort of found a lot of common points as creatives. And how do you craft a story, and how do you engage people to your work and your art? And so I think in a way I've put a little bit of my feelings about art in the movie as well. I don't want to say too much because some people might not have watched it yet, but we talk about self-doubt as an artist. We talk about getting somewhere where people are not present for you, and you've put a lot of energy and you're trying to put out the best thing possible and the best art possible, and it's sometimes difficult to navigate the world as an artist in that way. So I think because we had this sort of similarity of way of working and similar sort of artist vision, I think that's why this documentary was really, really exciting to do, because it wasn't just talking about you and house concert, it was telling something about art and creating art and creatives, independent creatives mostly.
Yeah, yeah. And and what I'm excited about from it is that you you've honed in on a lot of things about values, human values of community. We were, these. It's really about house concerts because you came to. I think you filmed some that weren't house concerts. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
filmed two. I filmed two festival, Froome Festival and Tame Festival.
that was it. That was it.
Yeah.
And yet, what seemed to be really interesting is how do we naturally just relate to each other as human beings when we, well, the hosts are welcoming sometimes strangers into their home or their community, and there was trust, there were nervousness for hosts, like, what's it going to be like? Am I going to have too many people? Are people going to get drunk? Will everyone like this music? Will it work? But the act of the kindness, the generosity of people hosting, and then the fact that we're wanting as people to be kind and to connect and also to talk about the truth. It's not just entertainment. It's like we want to share our hearts with people and also them to share their hearts, to sing, to dance, to hear people's voices too. We would get people from the audience to jam. I'm remembering Jimmy Davis was there one night. I think he did some stuff with me, got up quite impromptu. So I'm excited about the fact that it looks at revolutionary art, and I don't mean revolution in a violent sense, but as in, what do we the people want? How can we create it together? How can we grow a community and make things happen together? We don't need to wait for it to be, in a venue. We can do it ourselves. So there's something about that communitarianness that excites me about this film.
Yeah. And it was so amazing, the generosity, as you say, of the host when we were coming to their house in their living rooms and we were starting, so can we move this? Can we put that here? Can we push that away? Can we just move around everything in your living room so we can have the space to sing and to have people here? And everybody was so welcoming and always make sure that we were fed and we had a bed for the night and we had everything going on so we can do our job the best that we could. And the concerts that we had together were some of the best concerts I've ever been to in my life. I couldn't enjoy them as much as I would because I was filming, but I have watched them back a lot because of the documentary. I've watched all of those things a lot.
Wow. Was it that quality of community and connection that made them great?
Yeah, and I think how everybody respond to the concert, because there's always a part of the concert where you invite the audience to sing with you and you're the band and the audience is singing, and everybody gets into it and everybody's happy to get into it, and sometimes you have wonderful moments where harmonies are sung in the audience and everybody is just on point, and it's just, those moments are really magical, really.
Amen. That's it. And I was lucky enough as a young fella. I was in Brighton, which is a hotbed of hippie creativity and sort of radicalism, right? Brighton has a Green MP, Woo! A Green MP in Caroline Lucas, and there's new things happening there. So I went to university there, and I got involved in community music. You know, where we would go into a school and we would say, "Let's make a piece of music," and the kids had never done it before, but they found that actually, if they were given some percussion and a few parameters, they could write songs, dances, stories. They could put on a performance even with a couple of hours to work. So we are musical beings, and we want to make music. And a in a consumer society, we're sold music, um, but actually, you know, where there's folk traditions still alive, you see that everyone just wants to get involved and can get involved. You know, that happens in Ireland. Really, it was crazy when I was in Africa. Like the tea vendor on the street would say, "Mon ami, you know, could I have your guitar?" And you know, he's just selling tea, and then he would be an incredible guitarist and singer and a rapper, and he would have this extraordinary charm with the street. So, you know, to be alive is to be musical. I think, you know, and people want to make it. So that is my ambition, is to start off making the music, but then to pass that flame onto the room and let that fire do its thing. And you know, I'm really hoping, like, what would that really look like if it was advanced? You know, I think Bobby McFerrin does that. You know, he'll go to the audience, da 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 da, and get everyone singing, da 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 da, and everyone's singing it, and then he gets these da 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 da, you know, people singing over it together, and then he'll solo over that and bring someone else up to solo, you know, give the mic. So these are the things that are interesting to me, how we get beyond consumer and producer, or expert and amateur, like professional and audience, how we actually just be, you know, one heart in a room that's singing, one people doing a thing together.
Yeah.
It's
And
a good challenge.
you've been doing this a long time as well, because from the first concert I went to in 2006, you were already sort of splitting up the audience, and there were big audiences that were Jamie Cullum audiences. We were opening for Jamie Cullum, and you just split the room and have everybody sing, and that just brings everybody together as if everybody's in the same tune, and yeah, everybody can enjoy the night. And I think it's in house concerts, it's even more powerful because you're so close to the people that are there. You can have a chat with them. You could learn the names of everybody during the evening, and that's the community spirit. And you always, when you can, sort of spotlight some of the singers in the audience. As you said, in Bristol you had Jimmy singing a song, and I think Amber Tambourine as well, singing. So you always try to have this sort of ensemble. It's not just about you, it's about the group, it's about the space where we're at now.
Yeah, and it's actually, you know, it can be quite lonely to be on stage, right? There's this sort of, who am I to stand up here? Who am I to take this space and say, listen to me? And I really like that, the quote that inverts it and says, well, who are you not to share what you've got to share with the community? And just to remember that it is that we need each other to do anything. Like you can't do it on your own. And you know, it's great when I get to play with Stephanie, because together, you know, it takes more than one log to start a fire. Together we can start a fire, because if I see that she's enjoying something, then it gives me some joy, and then I can give her, and you know, we can build something. And you know, being like in community with you on the road was like that too. We were creating something together, giving each other some support on the road. And you know, sometimes there'll be a tough audience, and it's like trying to start a wet fire. it's like you need some petrol or something. It's so hard. I'll share this one thing though. I'm getting so excited talking about it all. Oh, calm down, Luke.
Deep breath.
Deep breath. But you know, I had my good friend Brendan Freeman put on a gig in Birmingham last month, and Mo Scott played. Apple Pie played. Yeah, it was a great night, and there were some tough looking guys in the audience. Some really really tough looking dudes, and they were kind of. I was singing these songs, and they were looking. They were just sat like. And I was like, wow, this guy looks like he wants to beat me up. What I'm making up in my head is like, don't get too near this guy because he's going to give me a slap or something. And then one of those really tough looking guys came over at the end and he said, I've had a hard life and I can't really show how I feel. But tonight really helped me. It really brought me down kind of 15 levels of anxiety. And I feel kind of really sad, like tender hearing that, because I just been thinking that he hated it. By the look on his face, I just thought this guy is thinking, why am I here? But actually, you know, music and this, there can be medicine that we don't even know is happening, and that gives me a desire to keep doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you don't know what's going on inside people's heads.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to dance at concerts, and it's okay, and they're still enjoying themselves.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. Is there anything that you want to share that's coming up in you at the moment in terms of the film? Or?
I thought we could share an extract from the film, maybe.
Great.
Do that.
Let's share an extract from the film.
The extract we're going to show is the beginning of the film where you introduce yourself, and I think we're sharing now. Are we sharing now?
Hey, I can see it.
There you go.
My name's Luke Concannon. I'm from the Midlands, and I'm doing 3 months of gigs, mainly house concerts. I'm trying to play every living room in the country. And I've been writing songs a lot this winter, so there's some new songs and there's some old songs. I will play the JCB song, but I'll play it at the end, so you have to stay. The first time I remember singing in public was for my nanny Eileen, who was very close to my Irish nanny, and she asked me to sing the Creole Girl, which is an old Irish song, at a party when I was 9. I think she said that if I sang it, she'd give me some chocolate cake. So that's how I began, yeah. That was my first public singing.
Heavy packs we climb this mountain, cold wet feet on soft ground, churning like the ocean in the sun. Darkness and rain fall now, but pain set in the morning. The sun is pouring down. We're hiking down this green road, two of the elements now.
I love sharing music and I want to share it, and I've got kind of an audience here in Britain and in Ireland because of the years with Ms. Loppy, and then I've toured a lot on my own since then. You know, I recorded my own album, Give It All, in 2012, and really I've been doing house concert tours since then, along with venues and festivals, anywhere that'll have me.
Yay.
Well done, Mallow.
So that's at the beginning of the film. But
You
it
can
tells
see
you everything you need to know.
there's some comments coming in right now. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no COVID in that film. 100% COVID free.
Pre.
Where we could hug everybody, we could all sing together in a room.
Oh, thanks for the comments, pals. I'm just seeing.
Ah,
Very, very lucky to have these kind comments.
yay. And it's been, as I said, it took a long time to make for a different reason, but the main reason being that last year in June, my hard drive crashed and I lost about 2 months of progress, 2 months of COVID lockdown progress on the film. So I had to start over last year. So that was fun. And I finished it this morning at 1 a.m.
Yeah. There's something about a deadline, right? It makes us, it has to happen. Or one, my friend Alistair's mentor said it's actually a lifeline. You know, he said he was from up in a like an eco village up in the Highlands, and he was like, since I came down here, I've just been hearing about deadlines, but actually, where I live, we exist on lifelines. Maybe like having a time that we're going to release something as a lifeline, it makes us do it. It's been really, you know, I think it's been brave of you to persist with this. Like, you've lost the film, and like you say, we never know when we're going to put something out. Are people going to watch it? Are people going to listen to this album? And the sense I get is that you love making films, you love telling stories, you love music. So whether people watch it or not, you want to do this. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, definitely. And especially for the last 2 weeks, I've been on it full time because it's a, I want to say, passion project. That was something I was doing at the end of the day or when I had a bit of free time here and there or during lockdown. But for the last 2 weeks, I really put myself to do just that for the release. And it was tiring, but I was so excited about the prospect of it. And well, Milen can attest to that I was so happy that I could do everything I've set out to do in that time, even though I cut it short because I put the movie online really at 11 a.m. to be released at 12. So it was, there's a bit of, you know, wanting the stress maybe. But yeah, it was just, it's so satisfying when the story reveals itself to you. And I think you said it's the same thing about crafting songs. It's you have to sculpt it and you have to take out bits that don't work. And sometimes in filmmaking, you call that kill your darlings. It's not a very nice phrase, but it's sometimes you have a beautiful shot and you have some beautiful moment, but it just doesn't fit your story. But because you love that moment, you stick it in the film anywhere and you're like, why doesn't it work? Why doesn't it work? And you have to kill your darlings. You have to get this out of the way because even if you love it, it's not part of the story. So you just have to find the right sculpture and yeah, the right story there.
You've been really dedicated and I'm really grateful. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm really happy. I'm really happy about the product. I'm really happy that the film is what it is. And I'm really happy for it to be over.
3 years. 3 years. Gosh.
Years.
My gosh.
About 10 videos, 1 live DVD, and 1 documentary in 3 years. That's not too bad, is it?
Yeah, along with the day job and everything else. Yeah. And if you could share one thing with this community from your heart, is there anything else you'd like to share?
Go and watch it. Go and listen to Luke's music.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, I've got some reviews from people who've seen the film before it was completely finished, and they said that even though they didn't know you, they were really happy and they wanted to know a bit more about you, and they went to your Spotify and they went to listen to music. So that's also something that's really, really nice, because it means that it struck a chord with people and people wanted to know you. And I'm really happy about that, because I really enjoyed meeting you and knowing you during that tour and for the past 3 years. And yeah, I'm just really happy to be able to tell that story.
Thank you, Mallory. Thank you.
And we have one more extract if you want.
Yay!
Yay. And this one is the hosts, Steph and Julie, who talk about organizing a house concert.
I was a bit apprehensive about whether there'd be enough people, whether there'd be too many people, whether they get drunk, whether they'd be quiet, whether stuff would get broken.
It's a bit like anything. When you put on a party, or anything that happens in your home, you always feel so responsible for what happens and like if it's a success or not. And so I had one or two I won't say sleepless nights. Well, one sleepless night worrying about it. But we got all the invites in place and we just kept checking people were coming. And
yeah, we filled the house. It was about right number 30, I think. Yeah. Not everybody knew Luke's music, so they weren't all sure quite what to expect. But I think everybody had a really good time.
Yay.
Yay! Yay!
And the hosts have been so amazing on that tour. Like I'm really happy to also shine a light on everything they've done to organize this, because it's really hard to organize a concert, to have people coming in and to everybody here on time and everybody enjoying themselves. It's a lot of work, and the hosts that I met with you were absolutely incredible.
Yeah, that's it. Julie Burdett there and Steph Gillett.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if yeah, and I mean it does take some energy to do it, and I've had people say that it was just a highlight of their lives to have their community and live music in one place. So if you're thinking about putting a house concert on, there's some amazing artists right now. I'm blown away. Oh, Shayla's here. Bless you. Thanks for coming, Shayla. Tom Leader. I'm really into Tom's new album. If you want someone to a house concert, I highly recommend him to come in. Mo Scott. Her music is fantastic. She's just like been just so dedicated. And so if you're thinking about putting a house concert on, I really recommend just going for it, because it's really quite simple. You just book the artist and invite your friends, and then it's a special way to support music, grow community. So I'm thinking one thing is that I know you've had a community supporting you. So Mylene is doing the tech, big sister. And then your friend also made the poster graphics for this too.
Yes, Manon, who made the poster, she did an amazing job. I was so happy with it. I don't think she's here. I haven't seen her yet. But she has done such an amazing job, and in very short time period as well, because I wanted to do everything myself, and then I realized about a few weeks ago that I really need help for some things that I don't have time to do, and I know people will be a lot better at it than me. And so I reached out to her, and she was on it straight away, and she watched the film a few times, and she told me that she was so inspired by the film that this poster came out to her. So it's really beautiful. I love it. It's wonderful, and yeah, Manon has been brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Simona, who made that painting as well. A lot of good artists.
Love it.
Simona is here. So that's a double bass and a guitar player.
Love it. So I just wanted to say that we're going to pass the hat, and if anyone's wanted to donate, that will go towards Manon for her time for making the poster. It'll just go into the hat to maybe some Malo can buy Milen some dinner or something, you know. So if anyone's willing to put anything in the PayPal link hat that's about to go in the chat, we'd be really grateful. No expectations, but yeah. So I'm just looking in the chat now. Oh yes, Simona made the painting, lovely. Thanks, Jill, for watching and your comments. And Howard, you asked if you're so passionate and committed to share, why did you retreat to the cottage? Howard Williamson gives out his beautiful cottage in Wales to his community to do things and youth groups, and I wrote a few songs there. I find the more remote I can be, the more retreated I can be, the better I can focus. So thank you for that, Howard. I'm wanting to open this up to hear a few voices. I know we're almost finished, but is there anyone who would like to comment from, like, share anything from the heart or ask a question? Is there anything that is really wanting to be shared in the group right now?
Hello guys, how are you?
I just have a random comment, but like I've been watching like debates about like sort of communism versus kind of, you know, capitalism, and so it's really been on my mind. And then watching this kind of was like, yeah, I mean that's just the truth, you know. And it's so you kind of almost can't put it into words. It's like the, you know, only art and music and you know the power of the heart can explain this. So it was really cool to see. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. It sounds like you were appreciating that the things about connection and of creating things together, that we need each other.
Definitely, yeah, and the power of working together, exactly, yeah, and just I can't wait to see the whole film. It's gonna be really cool.
Thank you so much, Tom.
Thank you.
Let's work together more.
Yeah. Definitely.
Thank you so much.
So I invite you all to be on mute unless you're going to share, but if you would like to share, please do. Please take yourself off mute.
There's a bit at the end where you're getting everybody to join in singing, doing like a da dum da dum or something like that. It's probably a completely different tune. But in that, when I was listening to it, I didn't know if there were words to it. All I could hear was the da dun, and it sounded. The words that came to me were "Don't doubt, don't doubt," and I just wanted to share that with both of you because I just thought, don't doubt yourselves, because it's brilliant.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jill, for that. Don't doubt. That's it. We don't need to think so much about things. We can just enjoy them. So the Creole Girl being the Lakes of girl, Luke, she was one of my early life crushes. Creole Girl being the Lakes of girl. I don't quite get it. Oh, the Lakes of Pontchartrain. Sorry, okay. So she was one of your early life crushes. Like, so when you were a young fella, that ballad, oh, I get it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. Catching up. Slow. So is there anything else that anyone really wants to share before we say good night?
So many things have inspired me about being here today, and I want to thank you both so much. Especially hearing that you had a computer crash and you didn't let that stop you. You kept going. There's so many things you've said. I will really remember. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It means a lot. Yeah, when a story is important, you really have to get to tell it. And you just have to not give up and don't doubt. Exactly. Yeah.
There's a question from Stephanie. Mallory, do you have upcoming projects?
Not so much. I have a video that will be coming out soon because I'm finishing the edit now about it's a music video which is a spoof of Madonna. Instead of like a virgin, it's like a vaccine. So that's a project coming up, which is a lot of fun. And after this, no, I think it's going to be the first time in 3 years where I don't have anything, which is going to be interesting. I think a lot of pre-productions are in order and just thinking about new ideas.
Thank you, Mallory. I guess if anyone, really wants to have a film made or has an idea, then they should get in touch.
Definitely.
So I think it's time to let people go and chill. Luke, what's coming up for you? Thank you, Stephanie. You're the best.
Best partner ever.
The best. Yeah, so Stephanie, my wife, who's upstairs watching, helping us, who helped set all this up, is hosting a songwriting workshop with me in January, and we're really excited because it's such an amazing way to be in community, to create together, to learn and grow. And the one we did in June was amazing. And also, we've got the superstar Ed Sheeran giving a masterclass at it. So, we're hoping that it's just going to be a real blast to all be together and learn from Ed, learn with each other. We're going to do a Christmas party before Christmas like we did last year. We're going to invite some musicians to play. Or let you know about that. I invite you to sign the mailing list. If you've not signed the mailing list, it's on my website, lukeconcannon.com. And I just want to let you go and have your evening. So just thank you so much for supporting us.
Thank you. And all the links are in the comments right now for the workshop, for the documentary, and for the live DVD that we made as well. Everything is in the comments.
And wanting to thank Carrie Harvey Piper, my manager, who's done so much to get this music and to share it and grow a team and be a great human being. She's a great woman. Great human. Thank you, Carrie. Bless you. Okay, pals. Wishing you all good courage. Wishing you all good courage. Thanks a lot for the support, and we'll see you soon. And the album with the songs on is Ecstatic Bird in the Burning, if you want to check it out.
And the link, Luke, to make a donation.
Yeah, the PayPal link. Milen, would you be willing to share that one more time in the chat, please? Thank you, Mum. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.